A lot of people think you can't cruise Marella if you're from North America.
But we recently did it, and we're going to show you how. So earlier this year, we were looking for a new cruise option. And
Right.
we came across Marella.
We did, and we've heard wonderful things about Marella from other cruisers, mainly people based out of the UK and that sort of thing, but we were really interested to try this all-inclusive cruise line.
And so we started exploring how we would book it. And our first attempt was maybe we would go through a British travel agent that would be able to book it for us, since they're based in the UK, or a lot of customers are from the UK.
Right.
And that was our first point of contact. And that didn't work.
No.
Because we weren't interested in going all the way over to UK and then getting on a plane and then flying to the Marella cruise. And so a little bit of backstory there is Marella Cruises is owned by a company called TUI. And TUI is an all-inclusive experience, all the way from the flights included to the transportation to the ship to everything that's on the ship, drinks, everything else.
Which is great if you live in a country where they're based from and you can fly to the cruise. We love that concept. But us being from Canada, we didn't want to fly all the way to England to get on a plane to fly to Florida.
So when that didn't happen, we had to find an alternative way, or maybe there wasn't, but we managed to finally figure it out. And there was an option buried on TUI's website called Cruise Only that grabbed our attention.
Yeah.
So we figured, let's give that a try and see if we can do it. And we mentioned this to the travel agent from the UK, and they had indicated that they weren't able to still do that and process our credit card, and there was no commission involved. Without the whole package, there was no incentive for a travel agent to help us. So we were kind of on our own.
Right.
And so we went onto the website, and we did the Cruise Only thing, and we saw that, first of all, it was very affordable.
Yes.
Like, the pricing was as good, if not better, than most other North American-based cruise lines that we've tried before.
Right.
And it also included all the drinks and things that you usually have to pay extra for. So we went on there, and we quickly found out that we put all our information in. It allowed us to put in that we are from Canada.
Yes.
It also had options for anywhere in the world. American, any nationality was available. So there was no restriction based on nationality. But the problem we had
was with our Canadian credit card.
Yes. We tried to put in the Canadian credit card. We did read somewhere in the conditions that it mentioned that cards needed to be cards that were registered in the UK. And sure enough, it didn't work for us.
Yeah.
And so we needed to work around for that. And luckily, on their website was an option to pay by credit card or another method. And so we tried the other method. So today what we want to do is we want to walk through the process we've used.
Yes.
And there has been some changes recently, and things are evolving all the time. Even from the time this video comes out, there might be changes.
Right.
And some people have had some success using North American credit cards in the last little while. So you might be one of those people. We didn't have that, so we had to use the alternative approach that we want to show you today. So follow along, and we're going to show you how we booked a Marella cruise, even though we live in Canada, without any of the flights and just the cruise only. So let's check it out. So the first part of booking a Marella cruise is going to the official TUI website. When you get here, you will find that there are several tabs on the top. TUI offers all kinds of different holiday type of vacation deals and flights and hotels. But what we're looking for is cruise specific. So go to the cruise tabs, and then under cruise types, you're going to see different types of cruises here. Christmas cruises, transatlantic themed, cruise and stay. But the one that we want in North America, if you're not needing a flight from TUI, is cruise only. So you click the cruise only tab, and you'll be brought to another screen. And this screen is a list of all the ports, all the home ports that Marella uses for their ships. And you can scroll through and you can see all the ports from Europe to the Caribbean, all around the world here. So we're going to choose Jamaica. We've been looking at a cruise in Jamaica, so let's use this as an example. So in Montego Bay, Jamaica, we're going to choose December of 23, hit that search button, and then what will happen is all of the cruises that are going out of Montego Bay, Jamaica for cruise only in December 23 will come up, and you can see that there are several here. And of course, the one that's least expensive is the one that has our attention. They're at £617. So these prices are in pounds sterling, so you have to keep that in mind. And it's a Flavors of the Caribbean cruise going from Jamaica to overnighting in Cuba. So looks like a really interesting itinerary. So this is the one that we are going to use. So once you find the cruise, then click Cabin and Board. That'll bring up the next option. The first option that's available is the Marella Cruise includes options for all-inclusive for everybody, or a premium option you can upgrade. So let's upgrade it. So I selected the upgrade for 160 pounds extra total. That's only 11 pounds 43 pence per person per night. So very inexpensive to upgrade to the premium package. So we do that first, and then we choose our cabin options. So we're going to leave it on deck 8 or 9. You can click and you can see different deck plans if you'd like to, but you're going to have that option again a little bit later on when you get to actually choosing your cabin, if you want to choose your cabin. So we can get out of there, but for now we're just going to leave it on deck 8 and 9. We're going to do inside cabin, and you can look at the layout. You can all do all those different things, but we can click through once you've found your cabin from here. Now you can let Marella choose, or you can choose your own cabin for an increased price. So we will do that for an extra 55 pounds. Now our price is up to £13.94 total. And we're just waiting now for the screen to load that has the cabins that are available on the ship. So you can see there's actually a lot of inside cabins here. So we're going to just choose one, 9098 we're going to go for as our cabin. We're going to click on continue. And then what that's going to do is bring up the next screen where proof of insurance is required with Marella. And they do sell insurance. You can buy their insurance that'll meet their needs. So if you wanted to, you could click the 1 or 2 adults, you can put in date of birth, it'll give you a quote and you can choose to add that. There's also an option to donate $2 to the TUI Care Foundation, so you can choose that on or off if you'd like to. So once you're done with those options, you can get through and see a cruise summary at this point. So you can see the total price there, you see the dates of the cruise, where it's departing from, the time that it departs from. Notice it leaves at 8 o'clock in the evening from Montego Bay. And if you had any coupons, you could do that. The next part of the process is to put in your information for booking. So the people that are traveling on the cruise, and in this case, we're going to put Mr. and Mrs. Canuck in. And you put in names, you put in your birthday as well. So after you put in your birthday, then country of residence. So here you choose where your country of residence is. And for those people that think you have to live in the UK, you can see that you can choose just about any country in the world. So we're going to choose Canada. That's where we're coming from. So once you choose Canada, then you go through and you put in your particulars of where it is that you live. Once you have your address in, then you can put in your mobile phone number or your landline. And then lastly, you put in an email address, which is important because that's where you're going to get your particulars, your confirmation, and everything mailed to. So make sure you put in an email address as well. And then these boxes are kind of counterintuitive. If you don't want TUI to send you advertisings and so forth, you check all these options and they won't send you any type of information, but you still are going to get your cruise information sent to your email. And then the second person who will be traveling with you, you can enter their information. So Mrs. Canuck would be going with me in this case. And then from there, you can look at the particulars. You can see that there's specific information for Cuba and British citizens here. There's early entry requirements. As far as vaccinations may be required, so you need to look at those details. Face masks are currently not required, it states that, but it does say that travel insurance requirements are required and they're mandatory. So we did book our own private insurance. We did our Marella cruise. You would have to do the same, or at least have proof that you have insurance that you can show with your name on it and an insurance policy, and that it would cover you for cruise insurance, COVID insurance, travel insurance, that type of thing. The next option is how do you want to pay? So you can do deposit or you can pay in full are your first options here. So in this case, we can see that you could pay just a deposit of £400 with a full amount due in September. So that would be 3 months before the date of sailing. And then once you figure out what you want to do for that, then you choose how you want to pay. So the first option is credit card. We didn't have any luck with our credit card working. For some reason, maybe the Canadian address, something wouldn't work, but we have heard that some people have had success recently using their North American credit cards. So if you want to try credit card, it doesn't hurt to try it and see if it works. If not, you can do what we did. We used PayPal. So you can go through PayPal, follow all the way through, and click the PayPal button on the bottom of the screen. It'll come up, and then you can then put your credit card into PayPal. They will broker the payment and let Marella know that it is paid through PayPal. So either way, credit card, PayPal, you're able to book and pay for the cruise at this point. And then obviously if you didn't pay the full amount, you'd have to go back and do something similar using the TUI app to get into your booking and make the final payment. At the end of it all, £1,452 and change for a 7-day all-inclusive Marella cruise. Wonderful deal. So that wasn't too hard. that's how we did it. That's how we booked a Marella cruise with just the cruise only and being from North America.
Yeah, so if you're interested in checking out Marella cruises and you don't know much about them or want to see what it's like to cruise Marella style as opposed to our traditional North American ones that we're used to here, check out our vlog series. We did 7 days on the Discovery. We had an absolute fabulous time. We're already looking to book back with Marella because we had so much fun and we were so impressed with the service that they offered.
Yeah, so check it out, give it a try, and hopefully you can also experience what we experienced on Marella. So
Yes.
it's an amazing time on a cruise ship for sure.
For sure.
So good luck, and if you have any questions or comments, let us know in the comment section below. We'll help you out if we can.
Yeah.
Like we said, things are always moving with websites and technology, so things may change, but we're more than happy to let you know our adventures and what successes and challenges we've had.
Right.
Okay, so hopefully we'll see you on a Marella cruise soon.